play for each other.
He went to Purdue, and man, he was getting that team fired up. That is Saints quarterback Drew Brees now back in action. And at the top of his game, at least as an orator, returned to his alma mater to pump them up for a big game. Brees played for the Purdue Boilermakers from 97 to 2000. His speech worked. Purdue won 31-27, and Jerry Rice was pumped up watching it. He is the three-time Super Bowl champ. He went to the Pro Bowl anytime he wanted to, and he wrote a brand new book called America's Game, the NFL at 100. Jerry, you were getting pumped up watching him, right?
I'm all fired up. Drew Brees?
I know.
I mean, he got that team all fired up, and they went out and won that football game.
He, like you, played into his late 30s.
Yeah, you know, I was very fortunate to play the game for such a long time, and I love playing football.
All right, couple of things.
Yeah.
There's a story out right now from Long Island. This Plainage high school football team won a game 70-0. The coach got suspended.
Right.
70-0. Should he have?
You know, I think it's all about sportsmanship. There's a time that you take the starters out, then you put the non-starters in.
And if the game's still a wide gap, nothing you can do about it?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those things. It's all about the respect of the game.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Last week, the NCAA announced they're going to do something to let players profit from their name and fame in college football. Does it concern you? Is this long overdue? Where do you stand?
I think it's long overdue. You know, you got non-student athletes, they can go get a job and they can make money. I don't see why the players can't do the same thing.
Also, a guy like you was not well known coming out of high school. You know, 9th grade, I think it was. Your mom was letting you play football.
Yeah.
And then you cut school one day, and I played
a little hooky. I was playing a little hooky, having some fun.
They show your speed when you got away. You finally got yourself in the football field.
Yeah, I was able to go on and become a starter on my high school team, and it was amazing because you know I became part of that team, and I was able to do some great things.
Yeah, but still, 1AA.
1AA, yes.
And then little by little, as great as you are, does it bother you or does it hearten you that people look at your work ethic more than your numbers?
No, you know, I really, it was all about my work ethic. You know, I was not the greatest football player, but I was going to outwork you. And I think that's something that my parents instilled in me, to go out there and just earn everything and give it 100%.
And that's why you got what you got.
Yes.
So, America's Game. You said in researching this, you had no idea how far football has come. What stood out?
Just everything. You know, blacks, you know, being involved. The first black was Kenny Washington. Then you had Fitz Pollard, then Bob Marshall. And also, what would it have felt like to play for Lombardi? You know, I had the greatest coach ever, Bill Walsh, and you know,
just the inverse of Lombardi.
And then, you know, the greatest quarterback. You know, what would it have been like to play for Johnny Unitas? So there's a lot of history in this book, and it's one of those books that's going to tell you a lot of stories. And also, you know, people don't realize that football survived the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And World War II.
And for the longest time, college was bigger. So you look at this game, and for a while it was so violent, Teddy Roosevelt said, I'm going to ban it. And now it come up so far, it's by far the biggest sport in our country, no question about it, spreading globally. And were people concerned, and so were the people you were playing with, about head injuries? Do you feel, pun intended, the NFL is effectively tackling this?
You know, I think that the NFL is doing everything possible. You know, it's like the innovation of the game now. Also, Vices have came out with a new helmet to also protect players. And you notice that whenever a player get hit or something like that, they take his helmet and they take him into the tent. So I think it's much better now, because back in the day we didn't have all of that. We just went out there and we played. If you had a hit or something like that, they'll ask you, do you remember that play? What you had for breakfast? And if you answered all those questions, you were right back on the football field.
Because we need Jerry Rice back out there. I don't want to ask him too many questions. He might not be able to go out. And I know you're heartened by the success of the 49ers.
Oh,
they are the undefeated team in football.
Yes. I'm very excited about that.
Right, and John Lynch has done a great job. It's called America's Game, the NFL at 100. To understand how great this game is, understand where it came from, and that's what this book does. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, that's really what this book is all about, and I'm glad to have had this opportunity to really bring this to the people, and it was with my writer, Randy Williams.
Randy O. Williams, absolutely. Yeah. Jerry, you couldn't pick a better person to
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Great to see you. And you better start aging. I'm getting very even more
I'm
jealous.
fired. I'm ready to go.
No kidding. Straight ahead. Apple is dropping over $2 billion